I'm Jeff Fritz with SoundStage.com, and I'm joined today by Daren Orth. He is the CTO of Rotel. Daren, how's it going?
Hey, Jeff, going great. Thanks for the opportunity.
Well, listen, I'm glad that you joined me today. I wanted to talk a little bit about Rotel, but before we get into that, I want to hear a little bit about your background and your connection with Rotel.
Thanks. I've working with Rotel for many years, and it started all the way back when I was in the residential automation space and doing some integration with audio products and home automation systems. And Rotel, back in those days, and we're going back 20 plus years, was one of my favorite brands. Just the performance and the size. So I started working with Rotel and the family and the teams way back. And when the opportunity came to join them about 12 years ago, I jumped at it because it was a fantastic chance to get even closer to an exceptional team of people and a family. And it's going great to have the engineering teams and the whole business and the family behind.
Well, 12 years is a pretty good track record, but I do understand that Rotel has actually been around for 60 years and is getting ready to um, celebrate that anniversary. That's a pretty big milestone, a 60-year anniversary for an audio company.
Yeah, it's huge. And we're really excited. We are thrilled. This is our 60th year, and not just 60 years of business, but this is 60 years of family business. This business started actually before 60 years. So back in 1957 in Tokyo, Japan, Mr. Tachikawa started an electronics manufacturing business, and he ran that business for about 4 years as an OEM manufacturer. Over those 4 years, he learned about electronics and manufacturing, and he officially launched Rotel in 1961. So as we celebrate a 60-year anniversary, it's 60 years of passion and family and value. And still today, the business 100% owned by the original Tachikawa family, run, managed as a family business with family passion and those consistent values over that 60-year period. So we're thrilled about 60 years. We're thrilled about the history, the legacy, and the heritage of this great and iconic brand as the family continues to extend. And it's run today, managed by third generation family Peter Cow, who runs the entire operations of Rotel.
Well, let's jump into the products because that's such a great segue. The history of Rotel. I mean, it certainly is a rich history, and you can really feel it and see it in the products. And I don't just say that. We've covered so many of the Rotel products recently, and we have more coming. We've had some of the tribute models on SoundStage Access. We've had the Michi products on SoundStage Ultra, and we're just jumping into some of the Mark II products for SoundStage Hi-Fi. So, the Rotel products, one of the great things about them is they span the price range from very affordable to not crazy high-end prices, but still, fairly expensive. And of course, with performance to match, at least that's what our reviews have indicated. So, but I want to focus a little bit on the Mark II products because that's really the newest thing from Rotel. So, give us an overview of where those products fit in the grand scheme of things and what we have to look forward to.
Yeah, great question. And we were really excited with our Mark II versions. And Mark II to us is all about performance. It's about a performance upgrade and improvements, not to the chassis. Same elegant, simple Rotel design, same inputs, same outputs, same basic function, but we knew we could make them sound better. We knew we could make them even better in the market from a performance. But we knew we could do that still within the Rotel affordable hi-fi space, which the brand has been known for. So when the engineers looked at the technologies and we really stepped back of what we could do, we leveraged a lot of what we learned in the Michi technology and the Michi series of that step up, acoustically raising the bar within our own level of performance and within our own specifications to make them sound better, better depth to the soundstage, more detail in the audio and the performance. So with Mark II, and starting with the A14 Mark II in the 14 series, adding that additional performance, the two integrateds in the 15 series, RA1572 Mark II, RA1592 Mark II, as integrateds, and then extending that out to the preamplifiers to take the same technology into the Rotel separates. And it really brings much more life. It just brings a better experience, and it's more musical. And taking that technology, leveraging that into those 5 models has really made us proud. And they step back and they look at what they've done in a relatively short period of time to get that out and extend Michi technology into the Rotel products. And it's an exciting opportunity. We're thrilled.
Well, you bring up a really intriguing point, with the trickle down technology from the Michi series. And so, naturally, I think somebody that's going to buy a Mark II, they're going to want to know how close are the Mark IIs to the Michi products in terms of performance? How close can you get spending, in some cases, thousands of dollars less on a Mark II?
Yeah, people talk about this for generations about a Rotel sound and about the Rotel performance and just the acoustic, really the way that the music and how musical they are. The Mark IIs lean heavily toward a Michi acoustic presentation. And the components that we've used, the design technologies, and the methods that they have now integrated into the Mark IIs will very easily lean toward Mark II. Mark II leaning toward the Michi. But what we found is, of course, the step up through the range, even in Rotel, and then stepping into the Michi, there's a bigger and bigger and bigger soundstage and more and more and more musicality to the higher price points, more budget, more physical space. But they really do. You hear that Michi sound, you hear that Michi acoustic performance in these Mark IIs, and it really is what makes them so successful in the listening and so far in the reviews that we've had. Been fantastic.
Well, the Michi products, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but I cover pretty pricey electronics and speakers typically for our SoundStage Ultra site. And so when the Michi reviews were coming in and I was really reading those for the first time to be published on the SoundStage Ultra site, my mouth was just watering. I mean, those things, for the not only for the price actually, but just in general, it seems like you guys threw everything but the kitchen sink, into those things. And, I guess my next question is, how have those products done for you guys? Has the audiophile community really embraced the Michi series from Rotel?
They have. Michi, as you know, started back the first series in the 1990s. But it wasn't just a series of products, it was more of a test. And I say that was a test for Rotel. Could the business evolve? And could it really create something that was so much better than the baseline Rotel products to be successful? And it did. And it revolutionized the Rotel business. Michi became the new standard for all Rotels going forward after those products. We looked at this again of what could we do now, and it was another risk. Honestly, we look at this: should we do it? Can we do it? Should it be done? And how does it fit within the brand mantra of Rotel? So the engineering specifications were pushing the engineers beyond where we knew we could go. And I had to report to the owners there was a chance we might not even succeed because we were trying to achieve something so much better that it just may not be possible, still within that Rotel affordable price point. So the Michi series during the entire design process was something that we knew we had to do and it had to be done right. And if we didn't, we wouldn't do it. But to your point, it has been so well received. The market has embraced that, and the nostalgia of Michi and the appreciation for what Rotel could do to deliver something even better, even higher performance. Still not crazy off the chart. It's easy to throw money into the box. It's difficult to find the best places to spend those investments for the highest performance. And that's what we've seen. So the market has embraced it, not just because it's a great product and it's Rotel and it's got nostalgia, but because it sounds acoustically so good. It's been an exciting thing, the community to respond.
Could you give us just a quick rundown of the Michi models, just so everyone is aware of the products that we're talking about?
That's great. We launched with the Michi separates. We launched with the P5 preamplifier, and this was an all new design. So the P5 preamplifier was something that is the physically largest preamplifier we've designed, but it gave us the most flexibility. Complementing that, we have an S5 stereo amplifier, and then we have the M8 monoblock amplifiers. So the separates really give flexibility of scaling that system to the stereo and then up to the monoblocks. Building on that, we just released at the end of the year 2 integrated Michi models, the X3 integrated and the X5, delivering 200 watts and 350 watts respectively into 8 ohms. So with those products, the separates and the integrateds, we have a great offering within various price points and performance to the market for those 5 new models. And Michi, as you know, means the road or the path or the way. So the promise for Michi is we are really just getting started. It's an exciting category and it's an exciting opportunity to continue.
Well, we have done an unboxing of the X5 and our full review is coming. And I got to tell you, out of all the Michi products, I find myself going back and looking at that X5 over and over again. It's just when you see it, man, it's just something you want. It just looks like a terrific, terrific integrated amplifier with tons of capability.
Yeah, thank you. We're excited and we're very proud.
So, Daren, the last question that I have for you, can you tell us about a recent listening experience? Something, maybe with some of the Rotel products, but something maybe some music release that's really knocked you out. What's been cool musically related lately?
This is an amazing industry, and the fact that I get to listen to music every day is an exciting part of it. And it's just the inspiration of being able to have the new products and the new technologies and those kinds of experiences. I can tell you, I was recently listening to the MKII models, and I had them on audition, and I had the originals and I had the new ones, and they're sitting side by side, and I'm going through with my engineering hat on, listening to the A and B and getting all prepared. And I've got my CD and I've got my music and I've got my notebook ready to be fairly clinical. And it needs to be done to be able to identify the differences. And I listen to the original and they're fantastic. They're great. And then I put the MKII music and I put the system, I put the unit in the system, put the CD in, and I've got the notebook. And I got to tell you, Jeff, I start playing through the tracks, and I realized that about 45 minutes later, I had listened to the entire CD. The notebook was empty, the pen was on the floor, and I just sat back and listened to the music. And there's a lot of effort, there's a lot of engineering, there's a lot of technology in these products, but it was such a stark reminder that it's expression and it's music, it's fun. And that's really where I step back again and realize this is the business and it's the industry, and it has to be fun and it has to be interesting. And that was really a nice opportunity for me to realize that there's a lot of technology. That technology then yields really the business and the appreciation for the products and all of that effort. So it was a fun experience, and the music that we have and that we see in the reviews and what we get from even customers, dealers about different music and the way they've been able to hear it differently with new models is quite inspiring for the efforts.
Well, Daren, thanks so much. I really appreciate this. Really some great descriptions of the Rotel products and what consumers can expect in terms of performance and just the listening experiences, which is, like you said, that's what this is really all about. And I would also encourage everyone to make sure that you check in across the SoundStage sites for tons of Rotel coverage. Just some of it just a few months old, some of it less than a few weeks old, and some of it coming within weeks. So there will be a lot of discussion of Rotel within SoundStage. So, but Daren, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and I hope you have a great day.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you very much for your support. Thanks all.